Rotational Jefferson curl. Now, the big difference here between a regular Jefferson curl and a rotational Jefferson curl is the starting position. As I start this movement, the first thing I want to do is I want to rotate to one side. So as opposed to where I'm doing the spine flexion and then rotating around, this one I want to start by actually twisting towards one side, and then from there it's the exact same thing as a regular Jefferson curl. The big difference is my hips want to face one direction while my chest faces in some ways another. So I'm going to be facing this way as I round down, again slowly segmenting, trying to squeeze the front side of my abs here as best I can. I'm squeezing my left oblique on this side, so I should start to feel a stretch on the back side of my right spine. Again, when I'm doing this, we're only going into pain-free ranges. We are not pushing past any pain signals. So we're going as far as we are allowed to based off of what we feel. Cannot be overstated because that's very important to make sure we're not driving into the wrong positions. We don't just blindly, get down to the ground here and try to load it up because we think we should. We get to where we can based off our current capacity, and then we progress upwards. As I go down, I squeeze this oblique more and more and more. I max out the amount of spine flexion that I have, the amount of rounding my spine can do. When I get to that point in this rotational position, I then use a little bit of hip drive to go back and up. So I'm shifting at the hips, hinging at the hips a little bit, but still trying to get as much spinal motion as possible. I get down to whatever your end range is. Hopefully that's somewhere close to maybe touching the toes, but again, based off of you and your anatomy, you and your capacity, that's where you get to. I then come back up by initiating through the hips first, trying to make sure my hips come out of flexion, and then I slowly segment back up to the top position and then rotate back to the center. Whatever the reps are, if it's 3, it's 3 per side. So I do 3 towards the left, 3 towards the right, making sure each side has a good amount of time under tension. We're not rushing it. We're taking it as slow and controlled as possible. Give or take, 15 to 30 seconds per rep on each side.